Okay, well, we have three planning board members. So we have a quorum and we can call the meeting to order. Consideration of the minutes of the previous meeting. I have been given some questions. I think the word subdivision is
could be a wrong word there, or it's division, or we could change it from subdivision. I thought about that, but we're breaking off a piece of property.
Yeah, but it's not a subdivision.
What would you call it?
I don't even have to tell you that I'm breaking off a piece of land.
What?
Well,
but you did.
You did, and that's one of the reasons I like you, Tom, because
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm not hiding it, but it's not in the five. It's within the 5, 10 years.
It's so much easier to just say what you do.
No,
100%.
Yeah.
Selling off a piece of property. Let's
Yeah.
put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, that work better?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, other than that,
there's no access road either. We're not putting in an access road.
You mentioned a road. No road?
there was discussion of roads, and I'm confused too.
I thought that we mentioned.
If they're not gonna put in an access road, they're not gonna put in an access road. Simple as that.
There is no place to put an access road in.
Believe them for some reason.
Wasn't there some issue with, I remember there was some issue with, because of the closeness of that piece of property you're taking off, that access to the site, wasn't there an issue there? No.
No, the driveway permit already put in.
That was
The prior owner have already put in a driveway.
Okay, so that was not an issue. I don't know why I put that in the notes, but.
So we just strike that sentence?
Yeah, let's strike that.
Okay. Cool, that's good. Great. So, other than that, you've seen the meeting as seen on TV?
Yeah, I didn't look at the minutes because I wasn't here.
Oh, okay.
Well,
we need a motion and a second. I'll move and you can second, I guess.
A second.
Yeah, all those in favor and abstentions, 1. Okay, done. So, Tom, I apologize. Normally, somebody who hadn't appeared in front of the planning board would be put after you because of new business, but on the other hand, we slighted Mr. Wilkins.
You can continue.
No, jump in. Why you jump in with him? I'll pass this on to David. I don't think you got a copy of it.
Okay, great, thank you.
This is what our plans.
Let me have it.
So, does anybody need, I have an extra application from Steve.
I have it.
Okay. And this is Mr. Wilkins, application, for an antique mall.
Sounds good.
A teenager's gonna hang out there.
As long as they're buying stuff.
Yeah, right. It's in the Village Commercial District. I rode the goat there in 1961. Yep.
That's a while ago, Jim.
It is. It was a bumpy goat.
Everything happened in that building.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Okay. The question and answer section of this looks, oh, you've got quite a nice drawing. That's the first floor. That's the second floor.
And one more.
And that's the third floor. You know, what I don't have is a statement from you as to what you're going to do. I mean, you said antiques mall.
Well, vendors.
But, I mean, some sort of narrative about we're going to have an antique mall here, vendors on all 3 floors. to be open from 6 in the morning till 10 in the morning, you know, whatever it is
Yeah.
you want,
You need that.
you know, just
Yeah.
Whatever
I can
you-
get you that.
talk to me about your dreams.
Well, I think, during the busy season, we'll probably be open 7 days a week. Kathy Libby in Cornish, she's
Yeah,
kind of talked me through this whole thing.
Okay.
She's been doing it for 45 years, so I figured it makes sense to listen.
go to her, yeah.
So, you know, in the winter, a lot of people in Cornish anyway close down, and
Sure.
a lot of people don't like that. So we're gonna stay open at least 4 days,
Cool,
but, you know, shut the water down,
Yep.
to keep the building heated.
Yep.
You know, I think we've got, as to the parking issue, we've got 25 to 30 spots for parking, which for an antique store seems plenty.
I'd like to see your parking plan.
Sketch.
Yeah, it's parking sketch, whatever you wanna call it. I mean, because, you know, I was going to Grange meetings there there were 5 or 6 cars there, it was a lot. You know, so I'm just, like, help me visualize
It
it.
depends on how you organize it, I guess. Plus, I used to park in the back lot with yarns and all used to be.
Yeah. Okay, wow. So how are you going to indicate to people that this is how they should organize their cars?
We'll probably do one,
Are you gonna pay them?
well, no,
No, I didn't think so.
one lines.
Yeah, yeah.
Just to get it
Started.
started, and then they'll
Okay.
figure it out.
Okay.
Hopefully, once we got there, directing traffic.
So we'll need copies of that to, you know, for.
Yeah, that, Doug tried running off a copy, but it
Yep.
wouldn't go through the machine.
Yep.
Signage,
Signage.
have a sign here, it's a picture of it. On the building.
Oh, nice.
And that's the original sign, we just kind of redid it, and the Grange will not allow you to use the word Grange.
Right.
Unless you pay for it.
Right.
And we didn't wanna pay for it, cause it's not cheap, and they take a percentage of your profits too. So instead of Grange Hall, we just call it the Hall.
Yeah, sure,
Gets rid of them.
yeah,
So,
thank you.
what other?
So we need a narrative that will include talk about your sign.
Right.
You will only have one sign, which is attached to the building and is 16 inches by 8 feet, you know,
Mhm.
whatever it is.
That's close.
Yeah, so,
The only other thing we'll have are those flags you see, open flags, they set in a
Yeah.
column,
yeah,
and antiques and flag, and, you know, we're not gonna have any neon or anything like that.
flashing
No,
all night,
nothing flashing,
starting at 12.
no arrow pointing in.
Yeah.
I'm sure the state would be on me for that anyway, but.
Yep, yeah, so we need narrative.
Okay.
We have not dealt with any of those flag signs before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I need opinion about flag signs. David, do you have any advice to give us?
I don't think we, I'm not sure what I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna say.
I don't care what you say, it doesn't matter to me.
I don't think we have any, real jurisdiction over it, because we don't have any sign for them.
Okay, so,
And the people up the road in
yeah,
the storage place have been using it for a couple of years.
okay.
It's okay for them to do that?
Can't find any reason why they can't.
Yeah, so well, we could negotiate over it and, you know, talk about the hazards and the lack of aesthetic pleasure. I'm not sure what we can do about it.
Okay.
Another option might be like a folding easel sign that was set up when they were open and taken down when they closed.
Yeah, but like I said, we can negotiate with them if you want, if, you know, if we're willing to negotiate, I'm not sure we can stop it.
Well, we're gonna take a minute, when business is over
Yes.
for the day, they're coming out.
So temporary.
It's a temporary spot.
Yeah.
Just give me a narrative that says temporary.
Temporary spot.
Just
Okay.
while we're open, otherwise,
yeah.
they'll probably get stolen, so we might as well take them in.
Yeah,
So what is this under our ordinance, when we don't have an antique mall
we have store,
store?
yeah, this is a store. I mean, they sell stock, right? That's a store.
Yeah, individual vendors,
It's just the business model is another story and really not our business. It's not something that I think rises to being part of our responsibility.
And what,
That's your business.
how many square feet is it?
each floor is about 1,800.
Well, the third floor
Times
is
three. It's close.
really, because I thought it came,
It does come in a bit.
it's a lot of floor, but you can't stand up straight in it.
Well, for most of it, you can.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
good.
You've been up there?
I've been up there,
61.
Yeah. Like 3 or 4 times in my life.
Yeah, no, it's big up there.
Yeah, okay,
It's not a neighborhood store.
no.
Joe, what zone are
We are in the commercial
we? Village
district, village commercial district.
Yep.
That's what I'm told, I haven't checked
Yeah,
on
it
that.
is,
Um,
right in the middle.
It's
Yep.
it's not a permitted use.
oh, that's a good point. Is that a good permitted use? Yep, thank you. Do you have that on your computer, David? Whether this is a permitted use in the village commercial district?
I don't think I have either. I'm trying to figure out what it is first.
Retail business. How about that? It's a
I think-
retail business.
Yeah, I would say so.
Is that under business?
It's back here under the land use table. I was just reading down and it says retail business and that's what it is.
Is what, permitted,
And it is,
conditional, permitted?
conditional, it says. But let's take a
Business
look.
engaged in the sale, rental, or lease of goods to the ultimate consumer for his or her consumption and not for resale.
Permitted uses.
Yeah, I think it's probably a retail business.
Retail business. No, it is not a permitted use.
So that means he has to get a conditional permit.
Right, that's why I was.
It is a
Permitted
conditional
means-
use.
Means it's not a use as a matter of right.
Exactly.
And that line is low.
Yeah, it says conditional use of retail business.
So we need this narrative, which, give us a bunch of stuff that kind of fleshes out what your business is gonna look like. And, you don't wanna limit yourself, so use the words that are squishy is my recommendation. When you say you are going to be open 4 days a week in the winter, say you hope to be open.
Okay. This is all a hope.
Yeah, put it that way, so we don't say, somebody later on the line says,
Sorry, what was the square footage?
I'd say it's about 5,400, somewhere
This limits it at 40,000.
What's that?
This says up shall not exceed 40,000 square feet total.
Nope, doesn't do that.
Yeah, there you go.
You
You
have
don't
to
wanna
have,
maintain a building that big.
Yeah.
you just have one spot per 200 square feet. Can't do math that easy at this point of the year.
Yeah.
20 cents.
Yeah. You have 31. How big are these spots? Are these like, is this a,
Yeah,
It's-
took the average parking spot and, you know, I figured it's 25 to 30 cars you can fit in there. With turnarounds. Parked up to the building, along the perimeter.
is this your lot? Is that why it's cut this weird way?
Yeah, well, we were hoping to buy the back lot, and I had that on there, and then that, we didn't, so I just cut that off. That's the lot. I mean, I don't know how many parking spaces you need for that.
27.
You need 27 parking places? Well, probably close to
It's
that.
gonna be tight.
For an antique shop, I mean.
We don't.
For a retail business.
Retail business.
But if your square footage is less than 54, you need less than 27, so, that just looks tight. Like that 31 looks tight. I just run into retail business and see what other, that's really the main one. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, please. So, how do we wanna do this? You wanna open in June?
Yeah, it's middle of May, we were hoping, but, you know, whatever.
So what we do is, depending on how confident you are, you'll have the paperwork. I'm willing to schedule and maybe the board would agree with me, I don't know, to schedule a site walk and have the paperwork catch up with this. And then the next step would be a public hearing. And generally, after a public hearing, right afterwards, then we consider the application and talk about it. The problem is that we have to notice the meeting in the site walk and the public hearing in the shopping guide by state law 10 days ahead of time, meaning the Wednesday before, the Wednesday the week before. So it's like, you go backwards, and that's why it takes so damn long to get through, dealing with this. On the other hand, the good part of that is that if there's any objection or any problem, everybody has time to talk about it and gossip and complain and decide it's okay.
Right, yeah.
Basically what happens.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so I found that the time frame is limiting, but it's also, it has value. Do you feel confident that you can get the narrative done and to us?
Oh, sure,
That's what I
pretty
think.
simple.
Yeah. So,
So what kind of stuff, in antiques, what kind of stuff is gonna be sold there?
Antiques, we're not gonna have any Goodwill stuff, we want fairly high-end stuff. We don't wanna fill it up with stuff you can buy at Goodwill. So any vendor that comes in, we're gonna test them and say, what do you have?
How many vendors?
Well, it depends on, because you do by the square foot. I mean, generally, people do 100 square feet. So, it just depends. Some people just take wall space. Some people do 50 square feet. And you charge them by the square foot per month.
And are they on site or you sell?
They can be, but we're gonna have 2 people there that are gonna run it. But a lot of times, you'll cut them a break on the square footage if they run the till, if they answer customers' questions, if they help load something. Generally how it's done.
Would you have like, food?
Well, we're thinking maybe coffee and, maybe baked goods coming from Sugar and Spice and Porter. So we won't need a commercial kitchen. It'll all be wrapped, processed and wrapped, and then offered for sale there. There's a kitchen in the Grange, yeah, but we didn't wanna have to go through, the hoops of
Inspection. I doubt that kitchen would pass inspection. Today's inspection.
Yeah, today.
It passed 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
But
did.
there's been a lot of work done to this, though, hasn't there?
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah, you did
remember-
the work, Steve, yeah.
Right, I thought, what was the kid's name? Parents used to live on Family Block.
Brendan.
Brendan, yeah, Brendan.
Yeah, we live in his house.
Yeah, okay, Brendan did
Yeah.
some of that,
Yeah, he did the upstairs remodel on the bathroom.
yeah.
That used to be the kitchen, believe it or not. They hold everything up to the third floor. That was the dining room up there. Firewood too.
So this is it kind of like what we did here at the community center, that you permit the general use, and then we don't necessarily care what he brings in, to, like third-party sellers, or do we put restrictions on, what kind of stuff,
I don't care what he brings in this out.
well, if it's cannabis?
Well, cannabis, you need.
If it's old, right?
I would think you would need a special permit
From us or from somebody else?
from us.
Yeah.
And as
I mean, I just use that as a flip example.
Yeah, I know.
But, I mean, what if it's, what
Alcohol?
if it's, no, I mean, something that the town may not be appreciative of, like, I can't say.
Can't say a female boss bear in there, we all know that.
Yeah, something, let's just say S&M retailer.
we have an ordinance on adult, whatever, an adult, business.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just thinking we wanna keep some control over what goes in there. I mean, no offense.
That's fine.
You obviously, you haven't been taken around by your wife's antique stores.
Well, but antique stores, but that's not what we're permitting. We're permitting a retail business.
And we could say antique store. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I'm pressing Steve to give us a narrative, because he's gonna define in that narrative, and we're gonna work with him on this. He's gonna define what he's going to sell. It's not going to be machine guns, we're gonna get to the point of, the idea of what are you gonna sell?
Right.
And,
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, if the retailers are there, you start to lose parking spots too, because they have,
yeah.
people are gonna have to use those to work.
I'm just not worried about the parking spots.
Well, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You still gotta figure out a way to meet the code.
Yeah, no, but I mean, if we're really exact on how many parking spots and how many square feet, I'm not worried about it running over. I would be thrilled if Steve drew in 27 cars.
I'd be thrilled.
Yes,
I mean, cause, if you look at the antique shops in Cornish, I know they do have on-street parking, but you never see more than 3 or 4 cars in front.
True.
Ever.
true,
That's why I figured what I have is overkill.
yep.
But if it's not, it's up to you guys, but I don't see it.
Well, what you said is you're gonna have multiple vendors in there.
Right.
How many vendors do you?
It depends on how much square feet they want.
That's why I was
If they
asking.
wanna,
But I mean, if it's
yeah,
100 square feet, you divide 5,400, that's.
right, but they're just gonna bring their stuff in,
Yeah, I know.
and then we sell it.
You've got a wife who's taken you around to the antique store.
My mother was in the antique business for a long time.
And
I
you
know the business well.
Okay, good.
But anyhow, you could have 20 vendors in there,
Well, you could, yeah.
probably, I would think, you allow some for, corridors and
Right.
passageways and stuff. But, you could probably net out 2,000 square feet
Sure.
for vendors.
Yep.
On my floor.
Yeah.
So that'd be 20.
Well, but they're not gonna be parking there. They just drop off their goods and we sell.
Okay, then you have the person at the tiller,
Oh, yeah.
at the till.
Yeah, that's
manage.
the whole
And
purpose.
it's all marked already.
Right.
Pricing is marked on it.
Yep. Yeah.
I know the business.
Yeah, and then, if somebody has a question, I want 10% off, you call the vendor, you
Right,
want to
right,
give them
right,
10% off.
But that's done by the people that are.
Exactly.
What's he lacking, he's lacking, we have a deed, right? Do you have a deed?
No, we don't have a deed.
No, didn't know I needed one, but
We need a
to
deed.
get
Need a deed.
We dealt with somebody who was recovering copper scrap out of electrical wire on rental property, and they wanted a conditional use permit for it without telling the owner of the property. That's what taught us we needed a deed.
Wow. Sure you see it all.
But thank you for picking that up, David, that's good.
And then we'll need some sort of plan of that.
Yes, we need
More
copies
detail on that.
of the parking plan.
All right, I guess that could be it, but
That could be it.
Yeah, well, he wants to keep a copy.
how big of a?
Yeah, if you can run off a copy, great, or I'll get you a copy. Doug tried running one off and it got stuck in the machine.
Don.
Don, sorry.
Oh, yeah,
Don, sorry.
he's good like that.
Got stuck in the machine, so that's why.
Yeah,
Because of the way it's cut at an angle,
Yeah.
it makes it an odd size.
yeah,
Stuff to be covered up.
so,
So that's 10 feet by 20?
Yeah, roughly. It's a sketch.
No, I know, it's just that the ordinance says it has to be 10 feet by 20.
so they are 10 feet by 20.
They are.
You might wanna check that, just, put a tape measure on it, see how many you can fit in.
And where's the road?
The Quacket Trail is here,
And what is there still?
there's a house here,
And then there's the road?
and then there's a road,
What's back here?
house, or woods,
Well, there's a road to the house, that abuts the,
yeah, behind.
Is that
This is-
road you can use?
no,
Toll Road is back
No.
here, Senator Black Road is here.
and there's one house in between the Grange and Senator Black. So the whole access to the property is the Parker Trail.
Yeah, so people might park in Senator Black and walk over if
Mm.
it's full. If it's full, I mean.
Yeah, if it's full, they could, yeah, they could.
I mean, would that be considered on-street parking? I mean, obviously, nobody's gonna be parking on the Parker Trail. I mean, I wouldn't even want them to. But,
Yeah,
so
we
if
probably
they,
have to have signs up to make sure they don't try to pull in.
if they parked along Senator Black, is that okay or not okay?
You have to look at the site, to see, I can't visualize.
And that's why we have a site visit.
Yeah.
And the story is.
So diagram for the property, and then what was the description of use?
Yeah, narrative, and I call it a narrative, but just, because we'd like to know what you want for hours of operation and I don't know what else we're gonna get into, but,
Yeah, generally, it'd probably be 9 to 4, 9 to 5.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, no, I get it.
And you can use the upper floors for fire code for this type of business?
yeah, I was told by the fire marshal, I think they originally permitted 50, because we were gonna do a wedding venue there. 50 on the first floor, 50 on the second floor. If anything over that, then we had to have fire suppression. and we're entitled to use a tank and pump because there's no main on Pequarka Trail.
Right, and you do have an upstairs egress outside.
Yeah, there's a fire escape on the building, and even on the third floor, there's two, at either end of the building, there's a way to get out of the building.
Yeah, I didn't see that first time.
Now, do you have to have this as barrier-free,
What's that?
barrier-free facility?
Barrier-free?
Handicap accessible.
Oh, there's a ramp
You have a ramp to the
Yeah.
first floor.
to the first floor.
Second floor is probably not,
No.
third floor is probably not, but you have a way to get.
Yeah, up the ramp to the
To the
first
first
floor.
floor.
There's double doors in the back. So that's, it's wheelchair accessible, only to the first floor.
How about lighting here? Is there any site lighting?
There is lighting on the eaves, to light the system, existing.
So you're not putting anything?
No, that was all there. It originally was knob and tube, we rewired the place, so it's all current wiring.
How about driveways access?
Yep.
You gonna redo the driveways?
No, but probably, if anything, we might gravel it.
Okay, but you gotta keep the existing.
Yeah, it won't be hard done.
Is the board okay with scheduling a site visit before we get all of the paperwork? Because, I mean, my feeling is, after I look at the site and talk with him on site, I'll have a greater understanding and I'll understand the paperwork. I don't see any reason to hold us up.
Well, if you give me a date, I'll have all the paperwork sitting on the table and you can have it then.
So, let's see.
Well, I mean, I think there has to be a meeting between now and the time we do the sidewalk, and I guess.
I would think so.
He's gotta have the stuff to us, and if he doesn't have it to us by the next meeting, then we wouldn't go forward with it.
So that's Thursday, the 25th.
Okay. For the sidewalk?
For you to have your, all the paperwork we talked about.
Okay.
We'll put you on the agenda.
That's our next meeting.
You'll show it to us. If we think there's anything missing, we can talk about it then.
Okay.
And we could schedule a sidewalk after that.
Right.
Like,
You
and
don't
cancel it.
No, I would,
Yeah,
I'd rather just get all the information that's.
I'm just kind of trying to help him get into business soon, you know.
There's a decent number of things missing, that's.
Okay,
We were talking about meeting every Thursday for a while, so if you were meeting next Thursday, that would only delay a week.
well, okay,
I think you were shot down. Weren't you shot down when you suggested that?
I think I was, yeah, we'll talk about that later, Don. This would be out of order to talk about it now, but, okay.
Sorry about that.
No problem. So, paperwork on next Thursday meeting, which would be
Okay.
the 25th.
Can I get a list of everything you need, or can I get a copy of that, or?
Steve would, David would be very happy to give you that list.
You have a certificate or something?
Disregard the other side of it. Or I can get you a piece out of the printer.
Yeah, that's all good.
I think it's great that you're putting the Grange back in use. I think that's wonderful.
It's been a while. I don't know when the last meeting was held there, but it was probably back in the eighties.
Well, we didn't disband until the late nineties, mid to late nineties, I think. So Phyllis Schroeder was the master at that time. No, I don't know.
Yeah, well, it was a heavily used building back in the
Yes,
day,
it
I'll
was.
tell you that.
Town meeting was there.
Yep. They had a school there,
Yeah.
post office, they had vaudeville shows in there.
You're gonna do vaudeville shows?
Probably not.
No.
Found some of the posters under the stage though, should it?
Great, great.
I was there the other day, we had played in the bed for crawling through it.
Yeah, he got the tour.
Good, good.
Thank you very much, appreciate it.
Thank you very much, appreciate it. Don't feel obliged to stay for the rest of the meeting. However, if you're really entertained by us, you may.
No, that's okay.
No.
You guys get that before. Thanks for giving up your spot. I
Oh,
appreciate
no,
it.
that's fine, great, great. I'll be down, I need some antiques.
Good.
I'm looking for some large art pieces.
Oh. Are you? Not full of. You're
No,
not
no,
full of-
I am looking for some large art pieces.
Well, we have a lot of stuff personally to sell that, you know, vendors. Trust us.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you, Steve.
We'll be talking. Have fun.
Good luck.
Hey, I think you're behind me. See you, Bob.
Okay, so, Tom, my apologies that the sidewalk did not get advertised.
That was my fault. I apologize.
So,
The Nation's ruin us, right? That's theirs, huh? That's all right.
What's that?
yes, they did.
Yeah.
Yes, they did. Yeah, Nature's Wilderness is.
Yeah, I advertised the one, but I didn't advertise the two, I apologize, just. Yeah, what can I say?
So, inadvertence and.
I just rushed that thing out on Friday morning, 'cause they gotta go out Friday,
That's right.
that's the thing.
To be.
And I was stressed out with whatever, my own stuff, I apologize.
So we want to reschedule with that. I think we're looking at the 27th of April, but does that make sense? If we get it into
What we put in our calendar.
Wednesdays, if we got it in for this Wednesday, the 17th, then we could have a.
27th,
The
10 days,
27th.
10 days.
Yeah,
So Saturday,
Sorry, the 27th.
so what time, 9 o'clock in the morning? Is that a good time?
That works great for me. So on the weekends, I'm like, get out of bed, so I don't know, you, for me, I get up pretty early.
Yeah, so.
I got 2 cats to feed, and they don't like to wait past 6:30. Oh my
Yeah.
God. You got cats? Yeah. Oh my God. The biggest mistake I ever had with cats is feeding them in the morning. You feed them at night, they don't like you in the morning. But they're stray cats, so. Now they're house cats.
We understand.
6:30, and that's late.
So I could meet you over there at 4 if you wanted.
Yeah, well, I can bring coffee, I can
Okay.
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock. How do we describe it as, for the ad, how are we going to describe it?
How we're gonna meet on it, where, how do we describe the location?
How do you tell people to get there when you don't know them? You
Well, tell them to meet me here.
You tell them.
5:34 people on trailer.
What's the address?
This address, 5:34.
So opposite, so we meet opposite 534 for Coffee Trail.
Or you could say we meet, across from New Cemetery.
Oh, okay.
I like that, we'll cross.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Across from Town Cemetery.
Yep, that sounds good.
Across from New Cemetery.
Yes.
Because if you say the cemetery, they'll think it's down.
There's a lot of cemeteries
Yeah.
in this town.
There's 32 of them.
So it's
Yeah,
the new
so
cemetery?
New Cemetery. is where
Yeah, the new Baldwin Cemetery.
Okay.
You can also say it's Baldwin Public Works. I was gonna mention that as well.
Road.
The big plow thing is there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a great reference, is the, big red plow.
yeah,
At the Public Works Drive, okay?
yeah.
I've used that too. I use all three of them. Whatever you want, I got it.
Okay,
All right, that works.
okay, good. Okay, so then,
And then
TW.
we're gonna have you would have the public hearing, and we should probably schedule that too in the advertisement.
Do we want to schedule a public hearing on this?
Don't we generally do that?
We have, we don't need to, we can, whatever you guys
I think
want.
we should.
Okay.
Just speed it up.
So,
Everybody in this town already knows that.
But I think if we include public, we wouldn't have to renotice the public hearing.
true,
Yeah, nobody's
true. So, well, the thing is that would be May 9.
I thought you were-
Is it? Okay. I'm glad we're doing what you tell us.
Oh, no, I'm not telling, I'm confirming.
All right, so we would have the public, we would announce that too. And I think that we wouldn't have to have separate notification.
No?
So May,
May 9th.
May 9.
It'd be at 7 o'clock prior to the regular planning board meeting.
Yep, and then we take up your application after that.
obviously you want to see it.
Probably a good idea.
Public hearing, yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm putting it in the calendar.
Yeah, yeah.
May 9.
So that's for mini golf course, restaurants, and the district golf course. Yep. So for the site walk, we had talked before, I think, about how you might give us some stakes and ribbons for where the building is,
And also
where the parking is.
also the buffer, the shoreline's buffers.
Yeah, that was in question, right, because it's not in the building area where we're building it.
But it's required as per, CUP checklist. Says specifically to show buffer zones.
All right, so we're not doing all 60 acres.
No, no, I don't think we have to do that.
Just make sure we're clear of where you're doing end construction.
Right.
That's all we need to do.
Okay. We done? We move on to the next thing. TW tree on Carl Burnell Road. So, what do we have for paperwork on that?
The back of that.
No map, just in the back of that.
The packet that you had your hand first, stapled together, you flip through, it goes to the Carlisle property next after the.
Oh, it's, right.
It's all part of the same.
This should be 3 sheets.
Yep, yep.
That's already, we've already put flags up where the cargo storage container is gonna be, where parking's gonna be. We're gonna use a job site trailer from Hale Trailer.
So I'm gonna do what David did before. We don't have deeds on either one of these.
They did in the first.
No, it's in the conditional use permit.
Oh,
They have a survey.
Oh, okay.
I got, we got deeds, we got everything. It's all in the original.
It is.
Yeah, I supplied them the original for both properties.
No, that's this close. I think I have one.
I think we have it right in front of us.
I think I have one.
In the very first packet that I gave you had the finish of the deeds on for both.
Correct.
I've seen both these.
I've seen it, I thought I had a copy.
You might be attached to that.
It should be in that packet. I had come across the original, which may have it. Yes, here's the deed. Yep, thank you.
We have the deed, that's all.
Thank you for having the patience with me to fumble through this. Yeah. Okay.
So there is no subdivision, so we're not gonna show that.
On Common Island.
The parcel you're gonna sell off, we're not gonna show that at this point.
Yep.
We're not gonna require that. Okay. There's something we do, down the road, down the road.
There's so many different thoughts on that, that we don't know what we're gonna do right now. You know, so many things going on.
Okay, I got you. I got you. I'm okay.
You thought you were stressed out on Friday with your stuff? Me too, man.
Oh, man.
Do you have enough work right now? I'm just curious.
I had 250 calls, so 350 calls, right?
Somewhere in
I have,
the vicinity.
Yeah, and I have 110 to look at, so.
No, 125.
This
morning, so I got 125 customers that need my attention. And that's an hour per estimate, so it's 125 hours of
That's huge.
estimating, and that's only if it's under $5,000. If it's over $5,000, it's a 2-hour estimate. So, I got a couple things to do.
I
Okay,
guess.
just checking.
And then today, the city of South Florida called me, right? And so, we got a broken limb over Broadway. And they want me there at 7 AM, close down Broadway. It's a busy street. We show up there at 7 o'clock and do a job. We have like 16 guys up there. And, Lane comes over, he goes, well, if you got a minute, I got another limb. Well, they took the crew for the day. And we went and did 7 or 8 days of their jobs. It wasn't even scheduled for today, you know, and it's just how it is, you know, it's just how it is. We got a couple things.
Yeah, you got a couple things.
I guess so.
Those are the problems to have.
And that doesn't include what I've looked at so far. Right, so we've got 50 jobs at least prior to this. There's 50 days of work prior to the 125 that I have to go look at. So each estimate averages out to a day's worth of work.
Yeah.
I have 175 days worth of work to do. I'm going on vacation next week.
I guess so.
I am, I really am, it's crazy.
It's kind of the way I feel about the storm cleanup is,
I like them.
you know, my problem is it's so muddy underfoot, I really can't get to it right now.
Yeah.
I gotta wait till it dries out. Would you tell her it's true, please?
It's true. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, there's properties we can't even walk on. You said you can't walk on the lawn?
Yeah,
So we have properties that have trees down, and wire, whatever you wanna see. I just took a tree off the house in the Crane yesterday. And, but it's like, we can't even walk on the lawn to do work. Nonetheless, drive a piece of equipment or.
right.
So we gotta use a crane. You know, I have my own crane. I have a 130-foot, 38-ton crane. And so we'll be, 80 feet away and pick it over the house.
Wow.
And hope no limbs fall off while you're doing that.
That's correct. We're pretty safe. We've been doing it for a day or two.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're busy. And then now that people have power restored and everything else, we anticipate 15 to 20 calls a day for the next 3 weeks.
I'm sure.
Because, insurance claims,
Just for
people on vacation,
Yep. Yeah.
it's never ending at this point.
Bob, what did Chris say about how long it was gonna take him to clean up? Do you think in June?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stuff down all over.
Oh, yeah, with Carbonell Road,
Yeah,
we just, there's trees all over the place over there.
yeah.
And I was gonna go clean it up for you guys, but I don't wanna be in cahoots with you. What I was gonna do is do it, and then you have to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought, well, that would be the most appropriate thing to do, because we can't even drive down Carbonell.
Yeah.
Did you say that to Don? Yeah.
Do we have permission to clean that up? I'm sure Chris isn't gonna complain if
Yeah.
somebody messed up with the streets and is blocking the road. The road's blocked.
Yeah. I believe it.
We get it.
Okay, so, do we need more paperwork on this? Is there anything anybody needs on this? We're calling it Carbonell Road property. You're just gonna work in the sand pit.
Correct.
and you're gonna crush rock, but then you're done crushing rock when you've crushed whatever's been left behind in the sand pit.
Whatever we can afford to do to clean it up. 'Cause this, as you see it over there, if you haven't, there's boulders everywhere,
Yep,
and, it's not usable.
right,
Right, for, space.
yep,
And, so we need to clean it up.
yep,
We're not in the dirt business. We're in the tree business.
right, I get it.
For another year or two, and then we're gonna be in the golf business.
Right, well, somebody's gonna be in the dirt, in the tree business, yeah, I'm sure. So do we need anything else over there? Do you have any more information about the land or anything that, no? Okay.
I'm just not sure we're gonna do it yet. We just wanna move the companies to the gravel pit, because we have to be off the Westford property May
May
15th.
Okay,
Because it's under contract, and we close around May 15th.
So just refresh my memory, why is this a conditional use? It seems like it's almost a continuation of.
Well, that's where we started, and then we talked with Don, he's like, well, I'll just put it in a conditional use, and they'll tell you if it is or not. So
That's why I would like to visit that, I mean, it's
Yeah,
like,
that's what Don said in the very original. However, because we're doing the project across the street, he says you might as well just put in conditional use
yeah, but
permit.
there's a lot of hoops you gotta go through. If we get it as a permitted use.
Yeah. It's grandfathered pit, right? But it's not,
it's been out of use for 2 years.
yeah,
So
exactly, right? So
It
then,
broke the grandfather.
The zoning doesn't permit this.
I don't think the zoning permits it, I think that's where we're going with that.
And it's not grandfathered then?
That's,
because of the 2 years?
that is village commercial area.
I'm not sure, is that?
What is that common area?
Are you sure?
Do we have a map?
I'm pretty sure, no.
Unfortunately, they don't put them on the maps anymore, but I have an old map here, if I can find it.
I would like to visit that, because we could
Yeah.
avoid a lot of hassle for you guys.
I don't see
That would
where,
be good.
I don't see where to go with this, he wants to run a tree and landscaping business out of the gravel pit.
It's a business.
Is that a,
Gravel pit is a business.
is that a service business?
Okay.
I think we need a lot more detail than that. I mean, you've got fuel tanks coming in, we're worried about containment.
Not a big fuel tank, it's just like an oil tank.
You're gonna have your equipment there, you're gonna supply gasoline, whatever you need.
Correct, yeah.
To your
But,
equipment.
you know, I have the same setup, I can show you a picture, I have the same setup at my shop now. Gasoline has to be in a.
You're not selling gasoline,
No,
it's
it's
just
gonna be
your
a
own
concrete
use.
basin, and then your diesel could be in a skid tank.
So isn't that something we take care of when we write the conditional uses? David, we say, we require secondary containment.
I'm sure that there was a diesel tank, they went out to gravel pit.
Well, whatever came before, because there's been a 2-year break,
Right, well, I understand.
this is
That's why
de
we're starting-
novo.
That's why we're starting over.
Yeah, that's why we're starting over.
I mean, I don't have any problems in like storing stuff there. I mean, can he bring his equipment in with the road posted?
He probably can, because that spur road hasn't been maintained anyway, and where it's not paved, if he's willing to smooth out any ruts, he will. I talked to Chris about it, he didn't seem to think it'd be an issue for us.
Was, is the road posted?
Yeah,
Everything's posted.
Yeah.
So would your vehicles exceed the posted weight?
The bigger ones would.
I would say, if you wanna come in right away, talk to Chris Harrington.
I was gonna wait until the road got lifted. No, I mean, that was what we talked about. all
It's
that.
gonna be pretty close anyway.
Well, we got a little bit, we can't allow business on a road that's going to be closed, and you can't use it for a significant period of the winter or spring.
So the way we work with posted roads is that they're posted, but you can get the permission of the road commissioner to use the road.
Correct.
Yeah, it's
Or
not.
you could drive, if it's
Additional-
32 degrees, you
Yeah.
know, for hours.
We just did a new ordinance,
And then you could drive on it at that point.
the road commissioner from
You wouldn't wanna bring a train in, that
the
100,
authority.
that train would weigh more than what.
Oh, yeah.
So you wouldn't bring that during the winter.
Well, and frozen ground you can.
It's sort of a conditional
Yeah,
question.
but this time of year, no,
That'd probably be
So
your
who
heaviest
asked
piece
you-
of equipment.
for sure.
The crane.
Well, that and a log truck.
Log trucks, yeah.
What's the question?
I was thinking time. So if it's allowed and the road gets rutted, who has to fix that? We would fix it.
Well, I think that's between the people using it and the road commissioner, but, we've got the same thing for the, folks down at the Woods Mill place. The road posted, they say they're gonna have a business down there, have to be able to use it. So it's between Chris, his judgment as to whether the road should be used and what kind of vehicles they're gonna put over it and whatnot.
Are you asking the village commercial? This is the property, PC is village commercial, all along there. That's the zone, unless they change it.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Unfortunately, like I say, it's not on the current map, but they haven't changed the district.
I think we put that on the conditional use permit, right? That it's village commercial.
We looked it up.
Right, you did. So I went through that with you guys when you came here
Exactly.
the first time, you had that question.
Why that be village commercial?
I'm not sure why either, but it is.
Because of who was, on the committee with the.
No, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
It would be handy if our new maps were, when we have them redone every year or so, if they showed the village, commercial, or the rural, or the Highland district.
Yeah, I thought it ended right there. I thought it ended on, that one.
Right.
Grover, and I thought it.
What's that map that's peeking out over the edge of your desk?
This one here?
Yeah.
That's, larger one of it, 'cause I have a couple of them already, because people ask those questions of me all the time. Oh, no, this one does not show that.
Okay.
That's just an old one. I wish they all did, because it would save a lot of grief sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially the Highland district, 'cause it's very hard to tell exactly where 700 feet is. I'm told we're not tall enough to use that as a guide.
You guys are right. I'm surprised.
So these are old maps that I copied.
Yeah,
So I use those.
Probably.
I mean, I know why, now that I see why, I know why, but, yeah. Was it John? Was that back when John, or was that after John?
I came by, an aerial photograph, and this shows the gravel pit, and that's where they're proposing to do this.
Oh, yeah, no, I know exactly, I mean, I drove by tonight, I checked it out
The
tonight.
wetland districts are all up behind them.
Right.
But that isn't on the property by and large, it was a piece on my
Right
land
on it.
here.
Yeah, my mother-in-law used to own this right here.
Oh,
Very
okay.
familiar with
It's a David
I
Strock
didn't know
family problem.
anybody else did.
Oh, okay.
It's a what?
David,
A David Strock family problem that has to do with commercial.
It's not a family problem, I just didn't know it was that fun. No, I mean, I just feel like this is a fairly big business in Baldwin, and, I tend to, so I watched the meeting the last meeting, so I tend to agree a little bit with Matt, that this is a big enough business, I think, to where we probably need a little bit more detail. What's defined as a bigger business, or a big business? In Baldwin, you gotta see trucks, and you got Martel right across the street on Fremont, right? Martel Tree Service. They're very handy across Fremont Street. What are we talking about?
Does Martel have Does he run his business out of there?
Starts trucking.
No, okay,
Well, but we're not the enforcement people, so.
No, I understand, but I'm just trying to define what a big business is.
yeah.
Well, if it's the same business as you're running out of Westbrook, that would be a big business, or even half of that would be a big business. So, I don't know, and that's part of the issue, is I don't really know, you know, you say you're gonna crush. So if we had a business asking to crush, we would ask a lot of questions about that. We have noise issues, duration, time, it's a short-term basis, is that a week, is that a month, is that 6 months?
Sure.
It's not
That's
how
in
much-
your application.
Yeah, and it's
It's
not
a
what we're
one-time
trying to do,
thing.
we're trying to clean it up, what else am I gonna do with this?
So, I'm saying, don't come back again, that's like.
No, I'm just
Slow
saying
it down, slow it down. I'm just saying that, there's a lot going on here, I think. I can't tell, that's what concerns me, it's like, not concerns me, it's like, where's the building gonna be? I had concerns about the roads, I guess that's not a concern we're supposed to have.
David, I wonder if your concerns, I honor your concerns, I wonder if they're the sort of thing that we usually clean up with conditions such as, and I said clean up because I was looking at item 1, clean up the gravel pit site by crushing rock and screening materials. And we could certainly, as a condition, say, this must be done by, 2025, you know, and say, is that okay with you? And, you know, find out how long you think it's gonna take to crush those materials. I mean, I think that's the kind of thing that we do cover that way at the public hearing or
I
subsequent.
think we might have put that in here, didn't we say like a year time frame or something like that?
You gave, and you gave a timeframe.
Fair, because
I don't have the original.
Yeah, this is the original.
Yeah, I have the original, yeah.
You just covered that.
So what's the difference between this and the original?
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not seeing what,
So, I mean, what's the difference between this and what you
We
said?
asked for some more details, so I'd like to think of more details there, but in the original application, we put the use in there, it's it's attached to the conditional use permit.
Okay, I just don't have that with me, I didn't know it was
I did one separate one for each location, and then it's included in the Calvin Hour Road project.
okay.
So how many tree removal vehicles are you planning to have?
I got 2 bucket trucks,
What about the crane and everything?
like a work truck.
So I'm concerned that there's too many applications flying around that I don't know which.
But there's just 2 submissions, I mean, there's the original application and then the, right?
Yeah, because they asked for more details, and so they find more details on the second one. But the original one has everything that was asked.
This is the new one?
Correct.
It's not a new conditional, it's to be supplemented with.
With
Supplemental.
extra details that were asked to provide.
Yes. And,
Then he has that like that.
And the next sketch there shows where the temporary office trailer is going from Hale. We have a 12 by 24 building, storage, that we're moving from Westbrook.
I'm not seeing that.
You say storage building, is that?
We had it in our temporary.
Yeah, and I put the building on
But they asked to put it on.
and we're gonna move it up there to use for storage. But we're not gonna build it.
You don't have a foundation to it or anything?
No, it's on the, this is the add.
Yeah, I got
More
it.
focus.
More of a temporary.
Yeah.
And it's, there's nothing in there.
Okay.
We're not gonna build on it because we're trying out to focus on building here, rather than building it.
These are available 8 by 20 storage boxes.
Okay.
This is a regular 8 by 12 wooden shed. This is a 12 by 24 storage building shed that will have roofs up there.
Yep.
Where's the 40 by 60?
There's no 40 by 60.
No.
This is what we're looking at for a
Plan
sketch
they gave us
of
tonight.
what's gonna be on the ground, David.
build a 40 by 60 metal building and install a well septic system.
That was the original thought process when we were talking about it.
Yeah, we
At this
should.
point, we're not building anything in there because we're only gonna be open for a couple more years and then we'll be done with
Just
it.
the original application.
Yeah, that's
So we actually
And
struck
then
that.
there's the deed in it.
Yeah, we're not building anything.
You see my question?
No, absolutely, 100%. I didn't even know that was in there.
Yeah, that's what I'm just trying to straighten out, just that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, no, we're not building
What it
anything
is
at all.
that's going on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're not building anything.
If
No,
anybody else
that's the thing.
needs a copy of the
This
original.
whole project is
No,
running at
you-
one level, two different.
Well, you do have it in there.
I did because we actually talked about it.
Yeah,
We're not doing
we're
that
not doing
because
it.
we're not building it. Because after discussions, more discussions and more discussions.
Any sign, you gonna sign it? Nope. No sign.
There'll be no big, we don't intend to come there and walk in, see
It's
it.
just for your own business, your own employee.
We just need it for parking, storage, you know what I mean? We don't want customers there. I'm tired of customers. Is that terrible? I hate to say it, 25 years of doing it.
You have truckers coming in there with locks on?
It's ours.
Just ours.
So
We don't sell logs, we're not allowed.
hours of operation for you,
6:30 to 4:30, Monday through Friday.
okay, okay. 6:30, we get complaints. We get complaints if people with, I'm talking as a landowner and having my logger start his skidder up half an hour before he starts his day. And he starts his day at 6:00, 6:30 in the winter. And this poor woman is woken up every morning for a month, cursing me, doesn't care about the logger, me.
I tell my guys who start at 6:30, but they show up at 4 or 7, 10 o'clock.
Now,
Yeah, now we're close to Westbrook, so we may change our hours to be a little bit later just because of inconvenience for them to drive here.
Yeah, okay.
But
On the other hand, in the big storm, if a tree fell across this building, they want you here at 5:00.
Okay, yeah.
Some of the exceptions.
It's a tough one
And
because
then,
you are.
it's hard, we have diesel trucks, or bucket trucks,
Yeah,
but they're Cummins motors, they're pretty quiet,
yeah.
you know?
Well, I'm just saying,
The
think
backup beacon,
about
What's that?
the backup beacon,
I think this gonna.
that's what.
That's okay.
Put the muffle on. I think, Joe, if you wanna schedule a public hearing, that's fine, I mean, but, I think he's gonna end up submitting some additional information, but we can.
what are you looking for?
What are you thinking of?
Yeah.
I don't know what I don't know, you know?
Yeah, that's why I wanna have a
David,
sidewalk to know what I don't know.
yeah, absolutely, David, if you're interested, you can come down to my shop in Westbrook.
No, it's not that, it's just, not having the building helps, that makes it a little.
That's definitely no building.
You're not gonna have a septic, you're not gonna have any water.
No wells, no
water,
septic. No, the power pole's already
You
there.
have a power pole and.
Already in, yeah.
We haven't connected the power though.
Power pole will go to your temporary structures.
That's a hill trail, well, it's already got a breaker box on the pole, it's all, is there original.
Oh, that's great.
So that you have the meter there. They took this, when you close your power, they take the meter out.
Yeah.
The power's still connected there.
Okay, so the body of the meter's still there, it just took.
And then, so the meter's there, so you get your, CMP account.
Yep.
They come back, they plug the meter in.
Right.
And then that gets power.
I understand.
The other side of the pole, they already have a 200 amp outside circuit box. So it's all, everything's
It's ready to go.
Yeah. All we do is plug into that for the trailer, and that's it.
I don't have any problem with it, on the sidewalk.
How long are we gonna take, looking at this golf course? We've got that scheduled for 9:00.
That's by far the bigger project,
Yeah,
because of the restaurant mostly.
Yeah, that one's
So do we say we're gonna be there at 9 a.m., or do we think we can be at Carl Manel Road for 10:30?
Yeah, I did Carl Brunel first, cause
That's not a bad idea.
That's a
Okay.
10 minutes.
So let's change
I mean,
that.
I just went over there, it takes 10 minutes.
Okay.
It takes longer to avoid the trees than it does to exit it in there. I was gonna ask you, all the way through or not, like how far
I
can
can
you
go
go?
all the way
I just went to the entrance.
Yeah. Okay, so Carl Manel Road would be at 9 a.m. and then at 10 a.m.?
Yeah, it's easy, it's not
10:30.
10:45.
10:30? I hear 10:30 to the left of me.
I don't know.
That's fine, that's fine.
It's okay.
Well, I'll go to Whipple Stop and get a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carbonell has already been flagged out, so everything's all staked out, flagged out, whatever.
All right, so this course is gonna be at 10:30 then, right?
Yep.
All right. So I get that straight.
So what's on this side of it, this?
I don't think you need an hour and a half for Carbonell, but. if you want-
No, make it 10 then.
Yeah, make it 10, make
Make
it
it
10.
10.
We're gonna be there 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's only gonna be
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock.
What's on this side of the, disc golf thing?
So the Deacon's Road,
Solar field?
the solar, farm. And then Deacon's Road.
You know, that property. So Matt is probably the closest person.
Is he? Yeah.
Two houses going in?
Yeah, I think there's two houses going
They're
in.
not there yet, but.
That would be the wells or the well and power.
Where the
Right.
solar,
Deacon.
where the
On
solar.
Deacon's
Deacon
Road.
Road.
I'm thinking,
There are?
Yeah.
Right on the fence building one for, I believe, it's either a child or a niece or nephew.
Okay.
And I believe that's gonna have some rental there.
right.
On Deacon?
Yeah, well, it fronts onto 113, but it's right beside the Jenkins Road, so you.
Yeah,
you
okay, I know
know,
you're talking about,
there's a new house right up there.
Yeah.
There's a couple more on the green from,
He's got two lots that are right next to each other.
and then there's the house right across the road, I think is the other abutter.
Up here.
Right here.
No, I'm looking at the map,
Oh, yeah.
up on the top right.
So, do we want to schedule the public hearing on the 9th of May? I'm asking you guys.
Got two hearings that night?
Two public hearings, yeah?
Let's do that.
That's good for me.
Public hearing on night.
So, something, I know you were told to put this in one application, and since you've got so much time on your hands these days,
Not one of it, there's two applications. yeah.
there's two applications.
But the info the last part here, the
Yeah.
supplemental information, we just stapled it all into one packet.
So,
You just separate it.
yeah, I mean, somehow,
Don has a stapler, I could do it for you right now.
yeah, I mean, it's something like that, it's like, I've got too much paperwork, I don't know what goes with it.
I agree. Paperwork.
That's my fault.
It's Ron's fault, yeah.
I didn't know it's a big deal where it's OCD.
Because I'm also, concerned for the public when they come in. They're probably all smarter than I am, but it still might be confusing. So do we need to hold a vote on that?
Sure.
All those in favor of having the public hearing on TWT and on
This course.
the disc golf course?
On the 27th of April, with the public hearing on the 9th of May.
Yes. All those in favor? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
We can schedule it, whether we hold it or not, we will see.
Right. What is the name of your disc golf course? The Flying Squirrel. Okay, I thought that was your name.
No.
From,
I haven't climbed a tree in a couple days.
yeah. Okay. Thank you. So we will have this all explained to us again on May 9th.
How many roll-offs do you have? Containers?
25.
Then we'll be empty, storing anything.
And they're not for trash, they're for them.
And you have a truck to load, just one?
Yep. Same, single axle. E-rated is 26,000.
Who's in charge of road maintenance during the winter? Because that's not maintained, right?
Correct. That's Chris. But then, I was told that we would meet and get that section maintained down to the second driveway.
He told me, I talked to Chris about it, he said if they have a place to turn their truck, which would be where you're at.
Yeah, then right after me is another entrance, actually, so.
And they'll maintain it as long as they can turn the truck around.
That's right.
If you give them permission to turn the truck.
Yep.
I did have a discussion with him about that.
So we're not gonna have to upgrade that road there, right?
I don't believe there's any place to do that, but who knows what might happen going down the road, you know. It's all the town roads, it's rather.
Yeah, it's 24 feet.
Yeah, just the town's really sensitive to, agreeing the projects that require, without thinking ahead, that would require an improvement in a road that, we're making, we're creating the road for your business sort of thing. That always rubs people the wrong way.
True.
River Road, one of our roads in town that has, been dirt for many years, because of tug and pull, well, you built a house on a dirt road, so don't expect to get it paved, sort of thing.
So we paved half of it.
So we paved half of it, yeah.
Deteriorating now.
Saddleback Road.
Ah.
That's a whole nother discussion.
Yep, it sure is. So are we done with that? Because I got a couple more items for you guys. Because,
For these,
no,
folks
you-
are done?
are we done with Tom?
Yeah, I
And
think
Ron?
so. I'm gonna
Yeah.
schedule this stuff,
I was just watching you read and trying to be respectful.
so they can go?
No, I want them to, no, yes, if they want to, they can.
Yeah. So we're not talking about their stuff anymore?
Right.
Okay, I'm trying to let them know we're done with them.
Oh, okay.
So they can leave gracefully.
They understood when we voted to have the public hearing.
Oh, they did? Oh, okay.
They
I was the
got
slow
it.
one?
They
Okay.
got it, right?
All right.
They're smart like that.
I got it, so we're good.
Yeah,
If you can get that in the newspaper for us.
I got it tomorrow.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I'll get it done.
okay, so, I talked with Michaela, and I asked Michaela if she could come here the first and third Thursday nights until we get our ordinances revisions done. Because we obviously didn't have time for Michaela tonight. It just wouldn't work, and I mean, that's what I saw, and we had last meeting, we didn't have her come, and so we gotta get that done, because we've got to do, both the cannabis ordinance and the LD 2003 ordinance by the end of June. And probably Bob's gonna tell me we gotta do the shoreline zoning ordinance by the end of June too. No, we don't?
No, but I think you gotta get the FEMA
FEMA.
by 20th of June.
So, we got work there to do, and we got a schedule to do it, so I need a vote on that, I need a motion and a vote.
What was the first time that she'll be here?
So, if you put a notice,
Are you saying meet every
We're gonna have
week?
to notice
Yep.
this, right?
meet every week.
I can't, I mean, we can have meetings, but I can't commit to it.
I get it, not a problem, this is asking for above and beyond, but if you guys know there are meetings, that's all I require. who know that they're here. Should you get bored with your law practices,
So when are these special meetings gonna be? That's the one.
okay, yes. So,
No, it's just, it'll end up being that I can make the first and third and never be able to second and fourth, and you guys will be like, damn, maybe we should just move the planning board.
so if you put it in Wednesday's paper,
For what's the date, what are the dates for the special meeting?
I'm just like, what's every Thursday show when you can, like,
So-
yeah.
so the 18th would be too soon. So that will be the 2nd of May.
So we're not gonna do it any on the 25th of?
That's a regular meeting.
That's a regular
Oh, I'm
meeting.
here anyway, I mean, don't worry about me. Okay.
The 16th of May.
So I can consider myself here every week, sorry. Next week.
So then we could even have, what is that?
What's our regular meeting now?
So, well, that's the 4th Thursday of the month, or the 5th Thursday of the month, rather. So we could do
The 30th?
the 30th,
Maybe we can squeeze another one in there.
and then we have town meeting. Oh, no, so then we could do the 6th of June. We gotta be done by then, because we're gonna put in two hours and get it done.
And Jenny will be restricted to Michaela's ordinance stuff on those special meeting nights,
Yes.
right? We're not gonna have other business.
No other business, that's it.
So a special meeting to discuss what?
Ordinance revisions.
Ordinance revisions.
So why don't we take it up through the 6th of June and just see how it goes?
So we're gonna notice for those 4 meetings.
Yeah. I think we should be really, really far ahead by then.
As of now, of those four, only the first one I know I can attend.
Okay.
As of this moment in time, I can try to commit to the other three, because I'll put them on my calendar now,
That's great.
and I'll do the best I can.
Great, thank you. How are you coming with Michaela on the cannabis ordinance?
We're about an hour, remember, this is my ordinance, this is my advocacy ordinance.
Right, no, I get it.
You were gonna do another ordinance, weren't you? The strict no nothing ordinance? Mine was we permit a little bit going on.
So let's see what that looks like. Let's see what that looks like.
Okay. We are about, probably an hour of work, it's essentially done.
Yeah, so what we're looking at here is the work to get the LD 2003 compliance done.
What's that, is that the ADOs?
Yes, ADUs.
Alternative dwelling unit?
Yeah,
ADUs,
yeah.
I don't have any stake in that, I don't care.
Well, I want to keep on the rule,
But the cannabis concept is what we created was essentially 1,000-foot cannabis ordinance. So you can't do anything within 1,000 feet of churches, schools, et cetera. But you can do it a little, you can have a little bit in the village commercial and a few other places. Like it allows some stuff, but there's very few places you can do it with 1,000 feet.
My concern about cannabis is that there's a boom going on, and that's followed by empty storefronts. As far as I'm concerned, it's just too many people selling pot.
There's tons of money in it right now. But no, I agree.
And there won't be tons of money.
Actually,
People have been smoking marijuana for many years, so.
No, but I mean, a lot of people in business means the price goes down
Yeah.
in general.
I hear you. But, we copied some other town. What town was it? Berwick. We copied Berwick. And then made it kind of a ball of on its one.
Good. Well, I mean, I could be made happy with your ordinance. I'm just, would like to see a choice for people who don't want any cannabis, anything in town.
Right.
That's all.
Right. So we're very close to finishing that.
Okay.
The ADU stuff, I don't know, and the FEMA map, I don't know, FEMA stuff, I don't know what that is.
It's a flood zone map, it's a revision of the existing ordinance that we have.
What do we have to do?
We have to update it to take into account new FEMA maps, construction criteria and stuff. It's all written.
It's all.
Yeah.
We just have to
Look at
adopt
and agree
it?
with it.
We just have to read it and adopt it?
Yeah, it has to go down, public hearing and whatnot, but it's, the state changed it for us. Published it, I think, like they did the first one.
When they did it, however many, 10 years ago, they were trying to do it, rather. They didn't change a thing. Here, the fighting was all down on the coast. That was where people were just vitally interested in it, and nobody cared what was going on in Malden.
I think there was a little bit of change in the flood maps here around, Woods Mill there where they used to do the pellet stuff.
It was one house.
They brought the thing away from his house.
Freddie wanted that changed, and he got it changed, and that's it.
Yeah. But their houses are in flood zones.
Yeah, are there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Douglas Hill Road, I think, is probably one of the worst.
Wait, what was that?
Douglas Hill Road, there's
Douglas
another one
Hill.
out there, and then, of course, down at the Pickle Farm. That's.
Yeah, that, I mean, everybody knows, that's a flood
Yeah,
zone,
I mean.
just look at it, and,
They fall under the regulations.
yeah. How much work will that take, I guess, is where I was going with that, is
I
that,
don't think it'll take long, because it's just presented out, you need to read it in advance, then take it to a public hearing and.
Okay.
Get it approved.
So let's see where we are on the 6th of June. Okay? You'll get that in the paper. I will communicate with Michaela on that. Okay, final item on the agenda, election of officers. I'm pretty sure
that way
Tracy,
nobody's here?
Tracy showed up because she's hoping.
She's gonna be a slog.
She gave me a dirty look.
You don't wanna rely on me. And I've proven myself unreliable.
These are our campaign speeches right now,
Wow.
Tracy.
I always am well-intentioned and unable to act.
Understood. Well,
I don't know how else to explain it.
it seems to me that the current slate of officers, although I am positive that none of the officers would like to continue to serve.
Is that true? Would none? 'Cause I'm really, like, do you not wanna serve anymore?
I'm done. I'm the secretary.
I mean, Joe doesn't want to be the chair, I don't want to be the vice chair, but you continue in these roles because there's nobody else qualified or desire, others desire to do it even less. That's
Horrible. Okay, then it's gonna be my turn to do something. The question is how in this world where tonight I literally was late because I was bedside ill, someone.
Yeah.
Hospital bedside will.
Yeah.
That's why I was late.
Yeah.
What do I do in that environment? I
That's-
go to
that's
the
the thing,
hospital
yeah.
every time.
Yeah, that's the thing, it's like, and I'm not to that point, but I'm the same way, like, if a client needs me, I'm going to the client, like,
Yeah, you got to.
I gotta earn a living, so,
No, but it's beyond that.
so so what I heard Don just say, Don, you
You're
done
done.
finished?
Yeah.
Damn, because you do a good job, Tom.
I know.
Is Victoria,
It's time consuming.
I know.
Actually, with,
That's
You know, we've figured out how to work together, Tom.
I know.
now, finally.
Finally now, so let's keep it going.
No,
I need your support.
It takes my whole Friday afternoon to do this. Friday
Okay.
morning to do this. So that's, tomorrow, tomorrow morning.
I'm asking only because I can't ask her, but Victoria, she's reliable, she's not here right now, but she's always here.
She saw the election of officers
And
on
she
the agenda.
disappeared, like, has a discussion about about election of officers happened at a meeting where she's present, and has she vocalized any opinions about her?
I don't think she
position?
enjoyed it when she did her secretary
Duty that one night?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
I don't think she enjoyed the taking notes aspect. If we could do it with the AI, she might be willing to, but that's not really the
The
point.
AI went off in some weird directions.
Yeah.
When is the term, is it right now? Like how much?
Tonight.
Oh, for the love of God,
Yeah.
okay.
Can make a motion,
I
postpone us to the next meeting. Hopefully you get some more people.
suspect I know what Matt Fricker would say, so
I don't know, we gonna see him again?
I was
think so.
texting him tonight.
Oh, yeah?
To tell him I was running late, and he was like, well, I had a conflict, and I'm like, well, that's okay, 'cause I'm here now. So,
I think we'll see him this week.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I think we'll see him again.
He doesn't want to be secretary.
No,
I mean, I'll continue in the vice chair position, because that's only an emergency situation. I don't have to do anything most
do
days.
you want no position
I think you got the
whatsoever?
best spot.
It's by
Or
far
do
the
you not
best
want
spot, yeah.
secretary position?
The title without
That's
responsibility.
exactly it. I
Rather
love
not.
that.
No
There's just
position
only
at any
3
time?
positions.
So no position at any time is your preference?
Well, we could make you sergeant at arms.
Could we change to have more than 3 positions?
But now,
so
what
that
about
she's a
our,
co-position?
we have temps, right?
It just
We
doesn't
have
work well.
Mike,
Not
and
more, I mean-
there's still, what do you call it? They're not fully on the board, are they?
No, they're not.
Alternate?
Alternates, yes.
So we've talked about trying to hire an assistant for years, or to co-op the, town offices staff and see if we could get them to help us, which never worked. But, we could have a paid position where there's an assistant who does the minutes and the notices and stuff. If we could get somebody to do it, you know, can we pay enough to have somebody do that? Is there somebody in the area who would be willing to do it?
I think between them doing the minutes and the notices,
Yeah, how many hours is
it's
it?
probably averages 4 hours a week.
I'll do it.
But the problem is, what if you don't show up? That's a concern.
So, that's why I was asking this. If I can't be here, what is our plan?
Well, so you have to, and it's not against, don't worry, I get it, I totally get it, so it's not a reflection of your character, it's actually a positive reflection of character, but,
I can't do a role if I can't commit to being here.
well, no, if you wanna do it, which is fantastic, I think you have to figure out your contingency plan, like who on the board is gonna pick up the slack if you're not here?
So I have to work out my own backup plan,
Well,
or coverage plan, as it were.
I would think so, yeah.
I don't have.
And it could be Dawn. I mean, Dawn could be, I'll be the emergency backup.
I've had backups, like Victoria's backed me up, Mike's backed me up, I
Right.
mean, they've both done a pretty good job as backup.
Right. It's just, I think you just have to have that kind of formalized,
Yeah.
and so if you're not gonna be there in a meeting, you can contact Victoria and say, I'm not gonna be there, I need help, are you gonna be there? And then that's kind of the formalization of it, kind of puts it on her shoulders. Okay, she does have to show up for this meeting, cause you're not gonna be there.
Yep.
But she travels a lot too. She's been traveling a lot this month and next month.
Yeah.
Okay, well, who's gonna be the chair?
Well, I think Joe's pretty much stuck with the position for another year.
Joe, what is your thought about that?
I'm pretty much stuck with the position for another year.
But were you intending not to do it?
You're asking questions that don't compute, like he doesn't really have a choice.
Well, John said he's done.
Well, we're not leaving the board though, no, right?
No.
Yeah, he just doesn't, there's only really 3 people who have the institutional knowledge to be chair.
And it
me,
is not
Matt,
me
Matt, me,
and Joe, correct.
And I'm the sergeant, I'm the vice chair. I don't think Matt will do it, I'm pretty comfortable. So that leaves one person.
Is that a nomination?
So I'll nominate, the slate of, Tracy, Joe, and I in the,
Yep.
in the relative positions. Chair, vice chair, and secretary. Tracy, if you don't wanna do it, don't do it, cause like,
It's not a
You don't-
want, it's not a want.
if you don't think you should do it, don't take it on, cause it's not worth, it's stressful just to do it, if you
It is
don't.
time consuming, really, if it's,
You said 4 hours a week,
so it takes me. You're probably a lot quicker than me, but.
I wouldn't.
We could do the chair and vice chair today and defer secretary for a week, meeting.
So,
Sure.
we, go ahead and vote on your panel, and then we'll have a discussion about paid help for taking of minutes and publishing. Okay?
Yeah, Tracy, so it's up to you, I mean,
I want to contribute, and it's my turn, and I want to do my service, so I'm going to take it and figure it out.
all right?
And when
We'll give
we
you a backup.
get an assistant for you, we will make it official. We'll take a vote and make it official that they're your assistant. We have an assistant secretary,
And
nothing
I
wrong with
have,
that.
tried a couple good AI things through work that seem to work pretty well for note taking, so maybe I'll try out some more
Okay.
Oh,
things,
great,
but
that'd be great.
a couple of them are off the wall, a couple of them have worked pretty well,
Great,
I don't know, but
And the thing about minutes is it's not.
it doesn't have to be verbatim.
It shouldn't be verbatim.
It can
It's a summary of the discussion with the
Okay.
critical points. And sometimes it can be 10 pages, sometimes it can be a page and a half.
Yep,
It depends on the subject.
okay, okay,
And you can always watch the video
yep,
if you think you missed stuff,
okay,
which is more time, but.
well, I mean,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, like when I start talking, you just,
okay.
yada, yada, yada. Okay, Joe said something important.
No,
So do we have a second to my slate nomination?
that would be Dawn.
What, second, I'll second.
Yeah, I mean, joyfully, I would think, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, not joyfully, I mean, I actually liked it, but I mean, it's been,
Thank you for doing it.
I am,
yeah,
Thank you very much for doing it, I
Thank you.
appreciate it.
I'll back up Tracy, but
Oh, okay, great, great,
I'm not gonna be official secretary.
yeah,
I can back her up.
okay,
How's that?
I
that's good,
appreciate that.
great.
You gotta call the vote.
Yeah, I just settled this out over here, you know,
I didn't want you to forget.
all those in favor of the slate as nominated?
All those-
Okay, any opposed? No, great, thank you, all, appreciate it very much.
So, we just heard discussion about maybe hiring somebody to come in, sit at the meetings, take minutes, and write them up. And about 4 hours a week. You got, maybe?
Takes me 4 hours, maybe somebody else.
Was putting the budget together, last minute chance, put some money in there, maybe.
That'd be great.
That would be great.
What I put in so far for you was your normal budget, which is $2,000 a year. And that takes care of what you do for announcements, you know, with the newspaper and everything. I think as of this year, you've only spent $8,500. So there's plenty of money. I'll do an estimate. I don't know who you could find to pay, you know, maybe $20 an hour to do that once a week, you know, which is a limited effort. But we can see if we can put it in the budget or if it'll fit within the existing budget.
Yeah, no, I think that would be helpful. We actually pursued it 4 years ago, 5
We've
years ago.
pursued it a couple of times.
Yeah, when we called people, we called like, Sebago has somebody who does it. She lasted us.
Standish has something.
Standish has somebody, yeah.
Well, you did it 4 hours a week, that's like 200 hours, at 20, that's $4,000.
$4,000, yeah.
But it's not every week. It's every other week, except.
No, but I'm saying it averages out, doing the
Yeah.
notices, doing the minutes, it averages out.
Okay.
And plus, there's actually more time you could spend. I mean, like, there's some additional work there that could easily be done that's supportive of us in terms of.
I mean, there's one thing putting in the budget, the other thing is getting it done.
Right.
I mean, I found that just trying to get people to fix roofs or whatever, you put money in the budget and the townspeople will vote for it, you just can't get the work done.
Right,
So,
right.
But, I'll just check the budget and make sure that there's enough in there.
Okay.
So if you can, then you gotta find somebody, it'll be up to you to find.
Yeah. Maybe one of our spouses will do it.
Do we have Wi-Fi?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Could we Teams meeting somebody who's not present? Like, could we have, do you know what I'm trying to say?
They can just watch the video. if they
Yeah,
want.
and take notes
The
remotely.
audio is not good on the video.
It's not bad though.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, I watched the last meeting
And
and.
it would be good if you could send a
Right.
teams up,
That's what I mean,
That
like,
would be
could
excellent.
somebody be viewing live and taking notes
doing it live.
If they're not
You could set
physically
up a
here.
Zoom meeting or something.
Yeah, Teams, Zoom,
Teams is
yeah, that was
Microsoft.
what I was asking.
I'm sure we
I
could
do
do
Teams all the
that.
time.
And that way we might run our scope of who this person could be.
Well, the universal law of nepotism occurs to me.
I love
That's
nepotism
a
in
great
this
way.
case.
I think it should be a spouse.
Yeah, yeah. I think Kathy would do a great job.
I'll ask
It
them
could be
that.
somebody in India if we did it on Teams.
Oh my,
Got a billion options over there.
yeah.
Well, that's definitely gonna be in the budget. That sheet.
Yeah,
Get a lot done.
Can be.
Okay.
doing the filing would be difficult. wouldn't it?
Well, we don't do filing anyhow.
Yeah.
I just hired some extra help to come in and do all our filing. I answer the phone.
So motion to adjourn is in order.
I hereby move to adjourn this esteemed meeting.
Right.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All those in favor? We are adjourned. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
I've got an extra one if you need it.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Tom. Tom.